Welcome everyone, I am Joseph Cabrera and this is the kickoff show to NYW Glory. We are just a few days away from the big event, the culmination of the NYW Road to Glory tournament. We started with 32 men, there are only 8 men left, and one of those men will battle 3 times to get their ticket to the main event of NYW's biggest show of the year, Manhattan Mayhem, for a shot at the World Championship. First, we got to get through this kickoff show, and here is the switchblades, Sakamoto and David Moon. We have a big tag team match to kick off this kickoff show. 3 matches here on the kickoff show. This big tag team match, the switchblades are going to battle the Ohio Flight Crew. We're also going to have women's action, and in the main event, so to speak, of this kickoff show, we're going to see the return of the first class in tag team action. We haven't seen them in a match in a few months. Back at Vindication, they're going to take on the Hodges in a big tag team match. And as we know, so much has been happening here in NYW. Of course, we had the culmination of the second round of the Road to Glory tournament. Both of these men were in the tournament. They now were knocked out in the first round. David Moon had a shot at the International Championship against Cesar Luis and was defeated. Sakamoto was defeated by Eric Musaka. I mentioned there were only 8 men left in this tournament. Following the culmination of our last match in this kickoff show, we would break down all the matches you'll see tonight, including all the quarterfinal matches. 3 matches will have to take place in order for someone to win the tournament. Because we're going to have the quarterfinal matches. We're also going to have a few non-tournament matches. As here comes the Ohio Flight Crew, CJ Jones and Kyle Davis. We haven't seen these men in a few months. The last time you had to go back to was the number 1 contenders tag team tournament that we had that took place right after NYW return. That was back in October of last year. We have not seen them again since then, but they're back here tonight in tag team action. Like I said, the tag team division has a lot of stacked teams. It's a lot of fighting, engaging for position, and we have a tag team title match that's going to take place tonight. The East Side, Tracy Lick and Louis Scott, they're going to defend the titles against No 5 Republic. It's going to be Tommy K and Bulldog Peters here tonight. Tag team titles. So this is, of course, with the tag team match later tonight, more teams jockeying for position to actually get a future tag team title opportunity. And we're going to have CJ Jones starting up with Sakamoto. Of course, the big height disadvantage and weight. 2 big men. Sakamoto, like I said, he's a veteran of the game. He's been around a long time. He debuted all the way back. Oh, what clothesline? He debuted all the way back in Empire Wrestling. He originally teamed with Hugo, joining alongside Troy Saint. They were known as the Doom Brigade at the time, and he held tag team gold in Empire. But after that, team sort of kind of went their separate ways. He was struggling to do single success, and then when he came to NYW, he had a different tag team partner for the switchblades. Oh, went for the boot, but Jones still locked in, shot right to the leg. What a clothesline there. There's a drop kick, because Jones has to use his speed advantage in order to get the upper hand here. We haven't seen either of those men. Neither of them were part of the Road to Glory tournament. Like I said, the switchblades were. They got spots, so maybe there's a little chip on their shoulder. Double team shoulder block as Kyle Davis gets in the ring. I mentioned Sakamoto in NYW had a different tag team partner. He has soon left NYW. And he was also in the first International Cup and had a good showing with a spin kick in that. He had a good showing, but he did not make it to the final round. And in the return, he brought in a new protege, so to speak, in David Moon to reform the switchblades. Let's look at that rocket launcher as David Moon comes in the ring. Moon only had a handful of matches, but he's certainly impressed. He had a impressive performance against the international champion in the first round of the Road to Glory tournament, challenging for that title. He wasn't successful, but he certainly proved something in that match. And now he's taken down Kyle Davis here. He's got him up here. What's he looking for? And he got caught. Reversal DDT. There's said so much going on. We have the quarterfinals of the NYW Road to Glory tournament. Semifinals and finals will also take place tonight on the main show. The finals will be the main event of the night. We will also have a number one contenders match for the women's championship. Ada Nightmare is going to take on Natsuko Kawa. The winner will face Yumi Mai for the women's championship at Manhattan Mayhem. As David Moon trying to fight back here. And now look, Davis off the ropes, went for something, but Moon stops that with big elbows to the side of the head. I have to mention we also have the NYW World Championship. Let's look at this tilt-to-a slam there. Into the cover. Shows her down here. Only 2. Troy Saint's going to defend the World Championship against Zaire Steele. Zaire Steele made his return to NYW back on the last Supercard, Supercard 24. Defeated James Needham to become number one contender. He's still looking to try to become the world champion. Oh, what a clothesline by Davis. And takes out Sakamoto to go into Manhattan Mayhem as the NYW World Champion. Yeah, another big match. 3 men with huge grudges against each other. As there's an elbow off the ropes there. And tag back into Kyle. From Kyle to CJ. The NYW North American title is also going to be on the line. Grimm, look at crossbody. Grimm is going to defend the North American Championship. And inside a steel cage against Ryan Evans, the Supremacy briefcase holder. And Tyson Gore, what a DDT by Jones. He could get the victory, but no, Sakamoto's back up to stop that. Stops that and knocks him off the apron. They're trying to isolate David Moon, the more inexperienced of the 2 men. There's a big elbow there. Like I said, we're going to have 2 more matches here on the kickoff show. Women's action as well. What a boot there. Right to the face. It's the cover. Can Moon get the victory here for his team? No, only 2. I mentioned Victoria Shine. She's going to be in action. Coming up in a little bit. And we're also, like I said, we're going to have First Class take on the Hodges. And look at this, off the shoulders, and there's a boot right to the face. Good teamwork by the Switchblades here. And now into the cover. Can this get the 3 count? Only 2. Like I said, Sakamoto, he's had ups and downs in NYW. He hasn't been able to get that same level of success that he did in his debut in Empire Wrestling. But he's certainly proving himself. It does those uppercuts. Finally took him down. And Jones knocks David Moon off the apron. Now, look, shot. And now look at these punches. Just taking down, wearing down Sakamoto in the corner. So the All Crew, they've been around a long time as well. They debuted all the way back in 2021 in that first mini tournament to crown the first NYW Tag Team Champions. They were not successful. And they haven't been able to get back to that to try to challenge for the tag team titles. And oh, what a bicycle kick right to the face. Big time bicycle kick, but Jones stops that as Kyle got back in the ring. And now look at this. Oh, backbreaker. STO combination. That was impressive. And now Davis is going to take advantage of it and try to pin Sakamoto here, but no. Only 2. I think this could be considered an upset if the Firefly Crew were able to pick up the victory here. Like I said, any win is good momentum. So far, like I said, in terms of tag team action, Switchblades only had 1 match here in NYW, and that was for the tag team titles back when, look at DDT there, got the cover, only 2. That was back when the Redemption were the tag team champions. They challenged the Redemption, Eric and Ashley, for the titles. Unsuccessful with the Switchblades. As you can see here, Sakamoto's in control again, and there's a German suplex. Big time suplex by the big man from Japan. And oh, he went for a knee. Got out the way of that. Oh, well, that was blocked. Went for a strike, that was blocked. Off the ropes, back up, and just boots him down. The strength of Sakamoto. Like I said, the big man from Japan here. He's got him on his shoulders here, and he plants him into a sidewalk slam. That was impressive. And now he's got the legs hooked. Scrambles into that cover. Can he get the 3 count? No. Like I said, this is the prelude to the big event, NYW Road to Glory. We've had so much going on here. And we thank you all for watching this kickoff show, and of course the main show when it comes out. Oh, Davis was able to stop that and hits a backbreaker there. But I wanted to mention NYW Manhattan Mayhem, which is going to be the season finale, so to speak, of this season. Big elbow by Davis. Holds the dot there with the cover. Sakamoto breaks it up. 2-night event. It's going to happen. A lot of matches, of course, throughout the coming weeks. We're sure to take shape for that. Oh my goodness. Well, the match we will know after this night is the World Heavyweight Championship matchup. This is the winner of Zaire Steel and Troy Saint will take on the winner of the Road to Glory tournament. I said only 8 men remain in that tournament. The pure champion Al Cabrera. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness, what a heart attack by Ohio Fight Crew. That was impressive. Big time heart attack, and that could get the 3 count for them to get a huge victory. Shoulders are down, but no, David Moon able to kick out. As I mentioned, the pure champion Al Cabrera, Salas Moore, Eddie Nicholson, Jose Blanco, Gabe Woods, Gabriel Lopez, Connor Green, and the YouTube champion Isaiah Ice. The last 8 men to remain in the World to Glory tournament. Now look, Moon, get back in control here. Pump handle slam. What a pump handle slam. That was a huge move there to get back in the game here. No, wait. Look at this. Oh, backbreaker off the apron. Trying to neutralize Kyle Davis as Sakamoto tags in now. CJ Jones doesn't know where he is here. And oh, I think Sakamoto's going to look to take advantage here. He's going to go for the Moto Drive. He hits it. Moto Drive. Into the cover. Hooks the leg. And that's it. Switchblades get a victory. Big victory for the Switchblades here on the Kickoff Show Road to Glory. Our crew certainly took it to the Switchblades, but the Switchblades get a huge momentum boost with a victory here tonight. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Second match here in the Cover Show, and here is Jodie Garcia making her debut here at NYW. She's going to be taking on Victoria Shine in this next matchup. We had a lot of opportunities in the women's division for women trying to make that name for themselves. We know a lot of women in this division: Kelly Lawson, Rosetta, Victoria Shine, of course, we got interviewed recently. Tigress, who's been out of action for a few weeks. A lot of women trying to make that name for themselves. Instead, Victoria Shine is going to be in action against this woman, Jodie Garcia. First time we're seeing her in NYW trying to make a name for herself. Doesn't have a full-time contract just yet, but if she presses here, she certainly could get one. The women's champion, Yumi Mai, we haven't seen her in a few weeks. She's been taking some time off in her home country. She is born and raised here in the U.S., but is half Korean and half Japanese. We determined the number one contender, considering we had the Road to Glory tournament. The last Supercard, there were 2 matches, and the winners of those 2 matches went on here to NYW Glory to fight for the number one contendership. Of course, it was Anna Nightmare, and it was Natsu Shirakawa that won those matches, so later tonight we'll find out who faces Yumi Mai. But this is a good momentum boost for 2 other women in the division. Jodie Garcia making her debut. Victoria Shine looking for her first singles victory. We saw her first in a triple threat match. This was before Vindication, in a qualifying match for the women's crown, the first women's champion, which was in a 5-way elimination match. Victoria Shine did not win that match. It was won by Tiger. And then we saw again tag teaming with Kelly Lawson to take on Novocaine and Yumi Mai in a tag match where she was defeated by Mai. So she's she's looking for momentum here, trying to get her first victory. She was a former MMA fighter, has a lot of strikes and a lot of submission game. Don't know too much about Jodie Garcia. We know she is a U.S. raised Hispanic athlete. Family origins from Mexico, trained in lucha libre. And now look at these shots here by Victoria Shine. I think here, like I said, Garcia trying to make a name for herself, and Shine, she's trying to get impressed here. Look at these knee strikes, vicious knee strikes. It's not looking good for Garcia here. You know, for something, there's a kick right there. Trying to get back in the game here with some shots, and oh, there's a kick right to the head. That certainly was something there. Garcia trying to fight back here and takes down Shine. Question is, for Shine, I guess she should not underestimate her opponent. That's how you could certainly get upset here. There's some shots in the enziguri there, and now more shots, as you can see here, by Shine. She is going all at it here, turning up the aggression. Question is, like I said, as we go into Redhead Mayhem, more women are going to try to look for an opportunity, as there's a suplex there. We'll find out who's going to challenge Umir for the Women's Championship later tonight. I'm told, look, there's a suplex there. Big T-bone into the cover, shoulders are down. No, Garcia's able to kick out. Told down the line there will be more opportunities for the women for things that will happen at Redhead Mayhem. Of course, the general manager. Oh, well, look at that. Hold on. Oh, rolled her up. Only got a 1 count. Robert Rawl, the general manager here at NYW, trying to look for more opportunities for everybody involved here as we get towards Redhead Mayhem. As there's some shots there by Garcia, who tried to get momentum there. She tried to roll her up, only got a 1 count. But she's fighting back here. There's a face buster. Big opportunity there. Big face buster. Plants. Shine. Again, only a 1 count though. It's still going to be a lot to give for Garcia, but she's trying to fight here. Like I said, she's not a full-time athlete here on the NYW roster, not fully contracted, but a good impressive win, impressive momentum, or a win could certainly get her that full-time contract. She goes to the corner. Oh, she went for a kick, but she got caught. She got caught off the corner, and there's a knee strike. Like I said, Shine got out the way, and she got caught up in the turnbuckle, and now allowed Shine to get back in the game here. And there's a big elbow right to the face. That Shine has to take her opponent seriously here. Now she rolled to the outside, went for something. Oh, she got caught. That was impressive. That's a backbreaker. Like I said, something coming out of Jodie Garcia here. She was caught off the apron and hit a backbreaker. As the referee counts here, we're all on the outside. Question is, can Garcia get the opportunity here? She's got control of Shine on the outside here. Like I said, still to come, as I mentioned, big tag team match main event, first class, Brody Swanson and Sam Edwards. And oh, look at that, what a senton off the top. That was impressive by Garcia. She's had control since we got to the outside here, and she gets a 2 count, which is impressive, but only a 2. But it's been all Garcia for the last few minutes. And oh, another face buster, another face buster. This could be a huge upset here if she could defeat Shine. And now she's got the cover again, and oh, so close. Looks like Garcia putting at all the stops here to try to get a victory. I know she's looking for something. I don't know what she's looking for, but oh, Shine stops that. And look at this combination of strikes, kicks, and what a huge kick right to the side of the head. And I think she could be out here. There's the cover. 2, this is the end, but no. Garcia kicks out, and look at the frustration of Victoria Shine. She thought that was it. Like she's been writing off Garcia since this match started, but you can't count out your opponent. Look at another T-bone there. On Garcia. Now look at this, another one. Just resting the pain taking down punishment on the opponent, and she hits 3 in a row. And at this point, I don't know what it's gonna take here, but at this point, I don't think Garcia has much left. She certainly put up a fight, though, more so than I think Victoria Shine thought she would. And now Shine, taking advantage here. There's the armbar. She's got it hooked up, and she got it. The armbar is locked in here. Submission move armbar. I don't know where for to go. She has to tap out immediately. And Victoria Shine gets the victory. Victoria Shine gets her first victory. Big impressive win. Shout out to Jodie Garcia for giving her a fight. But it's Victoria Shine that picks up some momentum here on the kickoff show with a big victory. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have our main event, so to speak, of this kickoff show. Here is First Class, Brody Swanson, Sam Edwards, along with their leader, Sakamoto, who will be competing in the quarterfinals of the Road to Glory tournament later tonight on the main show. These two men we haven't seen an actual tag team match in months. We have to go back to Vindication at the end of last year. They were in the finals of a #1 Contenders tag team tournament, which was won by the East Side, and of course the East Side would then go on to win the Tag Team Championship on the Redemption. Impressive win. The East Side, as I mentioned, are going to defend the titles on the main show against the No Fight Republic. But another thing, a big note in this is that that was the last time we saw them in tag team action. But the last time we saw them was in the second round of the Road to Glory tournament. They attacked Eddie Nicholson in the back, and that distraction allowed Salisbury to use an exposed turnbuckle on TJ Nicholson and roll him up to win and advance to the quarterfinals. That was certainly something. These two men made their presence known, as we hadn't seen them in months. We only saw Salisbury be competing, and they choose to return to help cost TJ Nicholson a second round match. And now here they are in a tag team match as their leader looks to win the Road to Glory tournament. Although he's got to face the Miracle, the pure champion, Al Cabrera, my brother, in a first round match, the quarterfinal match. And that will be the match that kicks off the main show. Because the pure title will not be on the line. It's not what this is about. Quarterfinal match, and that's what's going to happen. Miracle Al Cabrera is going to face Salisbury to kick off the main show of NYW Glory, but we first have to focus on this match, the last match of this kickoff show, as First Class is going to take on this brother team, the Hodges, Danny and Dwight. Danny, the smaller of the two, he's the older brother. The younger brother is Dwight. He's the more rotund man in this tag team. These two, while they were signed, they didn't actually appear until the #1 Contenders Tag Team Tournament that took place after the return. And I mentioned they lost their first round match. We haven't seen them since, but they're here tonight looking for an opportunity to get a victory. Said a lot of tag teams trying to get their just for position here in NYW. This team could get a big opportunity if they could defeat First Class, who said couldn't also get into the tag team matches defending wrestlers. Said in the tag team tournament they won their first round match and their semifinal match for losing to the East Side. So they've only had one loss in their NYW careers as a tag team. As the bell rings here. And here is Danny Hodge starting off with Sam Edwards. There's a rolling elbow. I said both teams pretty cohesive. We saw the Switchblades get a tag team victory earlier tonight. And, oh, look, backbreaker there. And there's a belly to belly. I was seeing tag team work by First Class impressive, as there's a splash right there. And now Brody Swanson went for a second one, but Danny Hodge got out the way. There's a rolling kick. What a kick there onto Swanson. It tags in the big man, the younger brother, Dwight. This man, like I said, he's pretty. You can see his physique. He's a pretty big man. So is Swanson. Both these men are the big bulls of their teams, while their partners are more of the agile men in the group, as I mentioned. As this Dwight gets back in control here with these clubbing shots. These two men are not athletic superstars. They're going to club. They're going to use power moves and strikes, whereas their partners are more agile, using more speed to their advantage. And now, as you can see, Swanson's in control now. This is just ripping at the nose. Aggressive athlete is Swanson. Taking down Dwight Hodge. Now look at this. Look at the strength here. These big backbreakers take down Dwight Hodge. Now look at that. Impressive. A power slam. Just lifted him up there with a military press. And now takes out Sam Edwards. Oh, he went for a headbutt, but Brody got out the way of that. There's a big clothesline. Now look at this. Rolls him through here. Backbreaker into a big short arm clothesline. Takes him down. And now he's looking for the cover. First cover of the match. But Dwight comes in and breaks that up. Now look at this. By Brody Swanson just clubs Dwight down. And oh, look at that. He took his eye off the legal man in the match. And Dwight just used his whole body to take out Swanson. Now look at this. Oh, he's got him up again. He's got him up. And oh, big punch jab takes it by Swanson. Throws him in the corner. Now tag to Edwards. Now, what's this by Edwards? Oh, he's got him hooked up. What's he doing here? Oh, just drops him. And look at these knees. Big combination of knees to wear down the bigger man here. He said Dwight. Watching on is his brother. Like I said, he's the bigger of the two. He's being isolated here by First Class. And now, look at this. Shot to the midsection. And now puts him up in a face buster. I got the cover. Can he get the cover here? Can he get the victory? First team. Only two. So Dwight has to can't really do much here. He wants to make that tag. Wants his brother to make that tag. One for the elbow, block that one. Now just toss him in the air. Impressive move by Dwight. Oh my goodness. Excuse me, Danny. Danny's on the apron. Dwight's in the ring. You even say, what a club. I don't know what that was. He just launched him in the atmosphere with that rolling clubbing shot. He couldn't get the cover though because Swanson broke up the cover, but he just gets clobbered for his troubles. And now Dwight tosses him in the corner. Now he's going to tag his brother Danny. Now off the ropes here. Double team hip toss by the Hodges. It's Danny now just trying to wear down Sam Edwards here with shots and elbows. Shots and kicks and elbows. The scrappier of the individuals of this team. Rolling fireman's carry. Knocks Swanson off the apron there. Now I was looking for something, but Edwards fighting back here. Sam Edwards. Oh, he went for a knee. Got out the way. Now big jabs there by Danny Hodge. And a big punch takes him down. And now, like I said, more he's scrappier, taken down with strikes. Now he's off the ropes here. Big elbow. Big elbow by Danny Hodge. Now he's going to go up to the top again. Go up to the top here. 2 elbows. Now, oh, he was looking for maybe a third one, but Swanson just obliterated him off the apron. And now, look what is Swanson doing here. He's not the legal man, and he just spikes. He just planted him on the floor there. That can't be allowed. He's not the illegal man here. Now he just tosses him back in the ring as Edwards getting back to his feet here. Danny was in control. He was in complete control. Now, lung blower there by Edwards. As his partner allowed him to get back control here, that could get the win. But no. That didn't happen. And now, Edwards tags in Swanson. Cohesive unit is first class. Was close to looking for that leader to win the Road to Glory tournament later tonight. But a momentum booster for them for a victory after we haven't seen them in a tag team match in many, many months. Swanson went for a leg drop, but that did not happen. Now, rolls him through here. Danny, DDT. It's impressive. Knocks him off the apron. He's trying to hold his own here. Now trying to tag in his brother back in the match here. There's a shot there. Now, oh, he's got him up there. And now added weight into a slam. That was impressive. This could get the victory, a big victory for the Hodges. Is this over? But no, Swanson barely kicks out. He's able to kick out though. That was a big double team move by the Hodges to try to get a victory, but that did not happen here. And now Dwight's, oh, he went for something. Swanson got him out the corner. Oh, he's got him hooked up here. That rack bomb. We've seen him use this move, rack bomb. He hits it. Big rack bomb. Tags in Edwards back in the match. And takes out Danny. Takes out Danny here. Dwight is completely out of it here on his feet here. And now tag back in here. What's he looking for? Oh, we're going to see. Look at this. Sam Edwards got him hooked up here. Brody Swanson. This move here. Powerbomb. Uppercut combination. What an impressive move that was. Big impressive move that was. And now Swanson's got the cover. Shoulders are down and it's over. The first class pick up a big victory for them. Impressive momentum building victory by first class as their leader looks to win the Road to Glory tournament later tonight. And if this is any indication, this could be the night of first class. Big victory for them here tonight against the Hodges. And as we do this celebration, we're simply going to run down the rest of the card here for NYW Road to Glory. The Road to Glory tournament. As Brody Swanson celebrating in the ring. Sam Edwards looking to get out of here. And oh my goodness, that's Eddie Nicholson. Eddie Nicholson with a chair. Well, he's going to be competing in the quarterfinals against Jose Blanco on the main show, but he's looking to get some revenge after we saw that attack in the second round. He just took down Sam Edwards. Swanson's now just realizing in the ring what's happening. He's realizing it, but there's TJ. TJ with a kendo stick. Swanson just realized what was happening on the outside, and TJ came from the crowd, and I guess the Nicholsons are looking for revenge here, as you saw what happened. Eddie got attacked during TJ's second round match that allowed Salisbury to beat TJ, as you see up on the wrap here where Eddie with steel chair shots to Sam Edwards. See, Eddie did not appreciate that attack. TJ did not appreciate getting cost his second round matchup. There's a cutter. Of course, Eddie is in the quarterfinals. We'll see him later tonight. We weren't supposed to see him until later, but we see him here getting some revenge on first class. And that this may be also ensure that Salisbury will not interfere. His team will not interfere in his quarterfinal match. That's going to kick off the main show. There's smoking gun by TJ on the Brody Swanson. Like I said, Nicholson's here trying to ensure that first class don't interfere again here tonight. They get some momentum. I've been told that First Class and TJ will be banned from the building because Eddie's got a match later. But the rest of these men will have to leave the building following this kickoff show. But it's the Nicholsons who stand tall here tonight, getting the measure of revenge for what happened, as we will now run down the rest of the card here for NYW Road to Glory. We will see Eddie later tonight in the quarterfinal match, as I mentioned. TJ getting a bit of revenge for his loss in the second round, as they stand tall here. But now we're going to shift focus to the quarterfinals of the NYW Road to Glory tournament. The Miracle Al Cabrera going one-on-one with the leader of First Class, Silas Moore.
Too much is not enough. Nobody said this stuff.
As we saw Eddie Nicholson, he will face Jose Blanco in their quarterfinal matchup.
Point of no return. See how the buildings burn, light up the night.
Gabe Woods is going to take on Gabriel Lopez, two young athletes. One of these men will get further. We also have Connor Green taking on the YouTube champion AI. These two men met back at Vindication. They're going to meet again here in the quarterfinals of the Road to Glory tournament. One of these 8 men, you see the brackets here. One of these 8 men is going to go on to the semifinals and finals that will all take place on Road to Glory, or the NYW Glory. Who will main event? Who will win to go on to get a world title shot? We'll have to see. We'll also have the NYW Tag Team Champions on the line. The East Side, Tracy Relic and Blue Scott. They're going to defend against the No Fly Republic, Tommy K, and Bulldog Peters. They had an impressive win back at Vindication against the Nicholsons, and they got the tag team title here. Double contenders match for the women's championship. Anna Nightmare and Nara Shirakawa. They're going to battle. The winner will face Yumi Mai at Mayhem. Big opportunity for these two women. NYW World Championship is going to be on the line. Troy Saint is going to defend against Zaire Steele. Big opportunity for Steele after returning to NYW. Who will win? We'll have to see. We're also going to have a 6 steel cage match for the NYW North American title. The champion Graham is going to defend against Tyson Gore and the Supremacy Prisoner Ryan Evans. Of course, the finals as well of the Road to Glory tournament is going to main event tonight. Big opportunities for them. We'll see you at the main card, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.